Hi everyone, my name's Karen and welcome back to my channel, Rather Be Reading. I'm here today to do the Cover Elements book tag. I wasn't actually tagged by anyone to do this, but I saw this on Alexis from Shelf Life Extensions channel and it looked really cool. I decided I want to give it a go, so I'm giving it a go. So I will link her video and the original creator's video down below for you to check out. And let's just get started. I will say that this was quite hard. So the basis of this tag is basically just going through the elements and picking books that correspond with those elements based on the element and the colors and things, and I really discovered how limited my bookshelves were by doing this, so yes. So first off we have water, and the first question for that is pick a book with water on the cover. So for this one, I'm going with Dreamland by Sarah Dessen. I've actually spoken about this book a couple of times on my channel now. This is possibly one of my, well, it is one of my favorites. It is a YA story about a darker teenage relationship, and I fell in love with this book when I was in high school, and I just think this book will always hold a piece of my heart and I will just always love it. Doesn't matter how many times I read it. So yes, for this one, there's this. And next we have pick a book with blue on the cover. So I have gone with The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold. I'm sure most of you know what this is about, but this is about a teenage girl. I think is she 13? 12 or 13? Does it say? No, I'm not sure. She's fairly young teenager, 12, 13, and she is murdered. Now that's not a spoiler, that happens right within the first chapter, and we see this book from her point of view while she is in her version of heaven looking down on her family. I read this book in high school again, and I actually used this book as one of the works that I had to do for some areas of study that I did in English in high school. And I really enjoyed this book when I read it, so yeah, we've got this one. For the next element we have fire, so we had to pick a book with fire on the cover. So for that I have gone with The Order of the Phoenix by J.K. Rowling, obviously. This is, I think, one of only two books I have that have fire on the cover. So yes, this is, I mean, we all know what Harry Potter is about, but this is not my favourite book in the series, but it is my favourite movie of the Harry Potter movies, which I feel like is an unpopular choice. I feel like I've read somewhere that Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix movie is actually the lowest money earner for them, which I think is crazy because I think it's the best one. So yeah. And next we had to pick a book with red on the cover. So I have gone with Dead Until Dark by Charlaine Harris. Can see the red here, got red lips, and there's a bit of blood coming out of her mouth. This is the first book in the Sookie Stackhouse or True Blood series, which is now fully complete, and I have read them all. So yes, we have this one. So for the next element we have Earth, and you had to pick a book with something related to the Earth on the cover. So I have gone with Salem Falls by Jodi Picoult. You can see there's a tree here with a branch and some blossoms on it. This is one of my favourite Jodi Picoult books. It's not my favourite, but it is one of her better ones. I think this one revolves around a man who has recently gotten out of jail for an inappropriate relationship with a teenage girl, and then he moves to a small town to kind of get away from that, and he falls in love with a woman, and then he is accused of raping a teenage girl. So yeah, and this is I think one of her better ones. So we have this, and then you have to pick a book with green on the cover. So I have gone for 359 by Gretchen McNeil. I haven't actually read this one. This is from my TBR shelf. You can see on the face here, down here, we have green, and on the spine, I actually really love this spine, and it moves over onto the back here, and the writing on the back is green. And I actually have no idea what this book is about. I believe it's a mystery, psychological thriller maybe. It's YA, I know, but that is all I know, but I look forward to reading it. So for our final element, we have air, and you had to pick a book with air on the cover. This was really, really, really hard. I mean, all of them were a little bit difficult, but this one was really hard. So I have gone with Where She Went by Gayle Forman. I feel like her hair is being like blown in the wind, which is air, so I don't know if that counts, but this is as close as I could get. This is the sequel to If I Stay. Yeah, I actually am one of the people who quite liked the sequel. I liked the sequel better than the first book, If I Stay. I liked If I Stay, but I really enjoyed this one. Yeah. And next you had to pick a book with white on the cover. I have gone with The Jewel by Amy Ewing. If you've been watching my channel, you know that I read this recently, and I absolutely loved it. I loved it. I can't wait for book 2. Yes. The Jewel. Yes, yes, yes. And lastly, for a bonus question, you had to pick a book that has both blue, red, green, and white on the cover. This was, again, quite difficult. I am going with another Gayle Forman book, Just One Day. I don't know if you can see, but there's some blue here in this car, and there's green in the background, and there's red here, and obviously there's white up here. So I feel like this counts. This is a book about a girl who is on a trip between, I think it's right between when she gets out of high school and before she goes into college, and she meets a boy and goes on a trip with him to Paris. Yeah, so there's this one. And that's all the questions. This was a really fun tag, so if anyone wants to do it, they should definitely do it, because I had a really fun time going through my shelves trying to find these books. And that's all I've got for you today. Bye, guys.